Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today on Just Cook with Michael, we're going to make sauteed sweet potatoes. This dish is going to include the sweet potatoes, some garlic, finishing it off with some rosemary, black pepper, and kosher salt. And it's going to be sauteed in extra virgin olive oil. It all depends on the power of your microwave, but my microwave, I'm going to try it for 2 minutes, and then after I'm going to poke it with a fork. It should be firm, but you still should be able to penetrate the fork, through it fairly easy. But you don't want it to be mushy. So after you microwave it for 2 minutes, test it out, see how it feels, and if it needs a little more, try a little, like 30 seconds at a time. But you can see right now, this is like, if I try to put a fork through this, it takes a lot of pressure. I can't even go through the thing. Give it a poke before you put it in a microwave, just so you kind of know what the comparison is going to be, and then after go from there. Because you still, when we slice it up, you want it to be firm, because if you go overboard in a microwave, it's going to be really mushy and it's going to be hard to slice with your knife. And it's also, when you're sauteing it, it's going to want to fall apart instead of, we're looking for firm little sauteed discs that are caramelized. Okay, I microwaved this little piece for about 1.5 minutes, and this piece went the full 2 minutes. And it's definitely, looks pretty good, still warm, but doesn't require too much pressure, but it's not, it doesn't feel mushy or anything like that. Because you want to be able to slice it in nice little medallions, maybe a little less than a 1/4 inch thick. Overboard. It's better to undercook these in a microwave than overcook them. Because we're going to still fry them, so you always could just fry them for longer if they're not done enough. The main reason you want to have them fairly uniform is just for even cooking. And you can microwave these up to a day in advance, and then after, just slice them the next day and saute them. Okay, now we're going to fry the sweet potato. Sprinkled a little water on there to make sure the pan's nice and hot. I'll put in about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And then, being really careful, again, kind of put them in away from you. That way, if it splatters, the oil's going to go away from you. Okay, you want these to get golden brown before you flip them over. And as you can see, you can't put that many in a pan, so it's good to do a few batches at a time. Another method, if you were doing a lot for a bigger party, you could toss them in extra virgin olive oil and then put them on a cookie sheet pan and put them in the oven around 400 to 500 until they get nice and brown. And you could kind of flip them over in the oven also with a spatula when you think they're about halfway through, just to make them a little more even as far as their golden color. So we'll let that go probably about 5 minutes on each side. Okay, that's been about 5 minutes. Now I'll start flipping them over so they brown on the other side. See that beautiful golden color they get? Okay, it's been about 3 minutes on this side. Nice golden color. That's the main thing to go by, is the color of the potatoes. It's on a fairly low flame right now. Next, I'm going to put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And we can saute that around now that they're golden on both sides. And I wait until they're virtually done until I put in the rosemary and the garlic, because again, I do not want the rosemary burning, and it's a fairly hot pan, and I do not want the garlic to burn. So I'll put in about a tablespoon of chopped up fresh rosemary, and I have about probably a little less than a tablespoon of fresh garlic. So I'll go ahead and put that in now. This is the point where you could taste the potato and decide for yourself if you think it needs a little more salt or pepper. You always could add more at the end. And now I'm going to sprinkle in the fresh rosemary. That smells fantastic. So again, here I just want to get rid of the raw garlic flavor, brown the garlic slightly, infuse the rosemary into that extra virgin olive oil and incorporate all the flavors. Okay, while the flame was on low, I put in the garlic, the rosemary, let it saute and fry up for about another 2 minutes on low heat to incorporate the flavors. It smells incredible now. So here's the finished dish. I'm going to add in a little more fresh ground pepper. This is a great pepper grinder. You could adjust on how coarse you make the grounds. You could put it right onto your food, or has this nice little case down here that if you want to measure out precise measurements, you could crank it out and scoop out, measure out a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever you need. You could do this too. Just get out there, just cook. Thanks for joining me.